Hey there, folks. We're eating everything into the graveyard. Well, basically discarding it all. So, anyway, we're playing some madness. Games are coming right up. Deck tech's at the end. See you there. Alright, we're on the play. We have one enabler. Well, we have two enablers, but one off the get-go for setting things up. And then, yeah, cool. Alright, our opponent's finally here. Firstbound Witch, they say. Okay. Rakdos Headliner's not terrible. We can set that up as a follow-up. Let's do Heir of Falkenrath right now. And for now, I'll just hang on to, in case, I want to do timing for Fiery Temper. Okay. We'll Rootwalla then. I know the Witch exists, but whatever. This will complicate the Witch a little bit. So we can send in the Headliner. Then our red is really taxed. Our red is taxed anyway. So Headliner's the only way we're getting a temper off regardless. Alright, we'll let them have their stupid dead Cursebound Witch. They've got a plan, it's just that they're not getting to this plan very fast. Whatever it is tying up priority here. Alright. They didn't block, so cool. Sure. Cursebound Witch, never attack, never block. Perfect. I will take it. Oh, there are Mardu colors suddenly. Shambling Guest, yep. Doesn't really affect much here. Shambling Guest again. Okay. Well, while they're clogging up the board, trying to do whatever they're doing, they're a thing that recycles those 1-drops. So we're just going to aim for the head right now, and we'll force them to come at us with that stuff. That's the card I was about to think of, Abiding Grace. So they get to recycle this stuff forever, and we're going to, we're going to go and fly in the air. So in our current state, Dismissive Pyromancer is not terrible, but I think that I'm going to use it as an engine right now. Well, I may find a... Okay, I guess we can just play that, honestly, and close this game up pretty fast. So let's get this game closed out. Keep shooting in the air. Okay, they gain a life. That doesn't matter based on our current situation. Let's see if we can find something else. That's not terrible. Okay. That's extra damage in the air. Is that enough, opponent? I'm assuming they have a kill spell. That's okay. That just gets them to stay alive an extra turn. Unlicensed Disintegration with no artifacts. So it's just a murder. Deadly Dispute. Sure. They're at 1. They're searching for answers as of now. And there we go. Okay, we're in and on the play versus I like vampires. So we have a very, we have an easy hand here with Falkenrath Rootwalla and Pyromancer kind of coming up on the rear there. So, cool. I could play a Rootwalla now, but let's use it as part of the costs of running things here. That's really nice. Okay. With that in mind, we could... If we drew a land, it'd be pretty sweet. If our opponent forces our hand, then we'll Rootwalla. For sure. But I am weighing. Nah, hit him. Hit him with everything all at once. Hit them with everything. Alright. Swing in. I'm gonna drop Pyromancer. It can at least cast the Kitchen Imp. Opponent is on a Marauding Blight Priest. That was pretty good. That gets rid of Marauding Blight. No, it doesn't. Poop. Not yet, anyway. Alright, well, let's hope that we're drawing our way over to a red source. That's a Hazoret. Alright, well, into the air. 5 more damage. So we need another enabler, another land, something. Even a red source and no freaking madness. Opponent with murder. I mean, cool. That's fine. Ah, there's our red source. Okay. We can't do Incorrigible Youths right now, but we can most certainly temper our way through. And then we can pump. No, we can't pump because this requires red. Very red intensive hand. Hopefully we push our way to our land in one way or another here. There we go. Okay, we're moving. So that does give us Incorrigible Youths. They take it. Never mind. They're going to take that out. Cool. Rakdos Headliner, however, is a sweet follow-up. So to set this down, I am strongly let's play it a little safer here. Let's also, you know, just do lethal. I haven't had fast decks in a while. just getting used to them again. Okay, in on the play we have Dismissive Pyromancer. It's a bit sluggish, but we could probably get there. It's fine. Well, let's take one of these hands and see where it leads us. This is good information. Heir of Falkenrath, however, is probably a better lead, as it leads straight into Incorrigible Youths all on its own. Pretty good. Our opponent doing nothing. Okay, well, there's another land. My goodness. Alright. Use. Out they come. Big ol' swing. That's solid turn 3. Our opponent is, well, I mean, they're the AI. They're going to take a moment here to, you know, do a suboptimal play. All right. Pyromancer. Thinking of getting the mana low for a Hazoret. Let's go for it. Let's open up for Hazoret here. Opponent. Putrefy again. We get ourselves a land. It's kind of where I want to be on that one. And have a Hazoret and a nice pumped up Rootwalla. Enjoy your lethal. Alright, in on the play. And we have no payoffs, but we have plenty of enablers. I can live with that. That's fine. So we'll just see where it goes. So, I mean, maybe a couple better draws. Who knows? They show me island. I want to hit them as hard as I possibly can. And Rakdos Headliner is probably a nice solid start to that. Yeah, they're going to sit there and do nothing. That's totally fine by me. I'm going to drop a Furyblade, I think. Incorrigible Youths, lovely. Alright, well, Ragged Recluse. They still haven't done anything. Are they mill? Are they crappy mill? Is that what it is? I mean, whatever. Here's another one. You're at 4. Have a nice day! Okay, opponents on the play. We have pretty poopy... we're almost all payoffs right now. And Pyromancer requires some lands. So I'd say this is probably not the greatest hand. I would be more than willing to just ditch it for something. You know, since we're on the draw, I want something that's easy, fast. We don't have to fight with it too much. This feels like it's going to be a fight to make it work. This feels more like what I was looking for. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to drop the Pyromancer. So now, while on the draw, we have a Fiery Temper off this Headliner. And we have a Hazoret at the top end, a mulligan forcing the Hazoret to be more than likely enabled when it's going. Now, all we have to do is have an opponent, which we haven't had yet in this match. Oh, look who decided to show up. Okay, play our mountain. Oh, they're going to play at this speed? Lovely. Hey, the Ebon Legion is fine. Okay, Ragged Recluse is not bad as kind of that thing in the middle. Anyway, crack in, Headliner go. Opponent. Opponent is staring at Headliner, trying to figure out what Echo is. I don't know. Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Okay. And swinging in for 1. Well, I know where an Aerialist is going to go. Pew, pew, pew. There's our 4th land. Where do I want to be with this hand? Thinking I want to have the Headliner available for later, so we'll start with the Ragged Recluse, get it flipped. Our opponent's more than likely going to just attack with Knight of the Ebon Legion. I'm getting the... Nope, never mind. They're not going anywhere with it. We're going to get cracking in there. Nice murder. Okay, Incorrigible Youths. Okay, so Hazoret is not currently online. Our black mana is hardly required for anything. So I think we're going to Headliner and then set that up for Incorrigible Youths. And then when our opponent's all tuckered out from removing everything, Hazoret's going to wreck them, and they're going to chump block with Knight of the Ebon Legion. No big deal. Blood Artist. Oh, they're going to do some chump blocking. They said they're doing some chump blocking. Oh, they're going to leave the stuff open. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm more than willing to make a loss in this exchange, opponent. See, I care a lot less about my stuff here, opponent. Leave that down for some Hazoret mana later. You want to spend all that time pumping up Knight of the Ebon Legion, by all means. Have fun. Have at it. They have to block with Blood Artist, by the way. There they go. Alright. So they're back to 5. Blood Artist is off the table, at least. And now I'm set up for Hazoret. And Hazoret doesn't have to worry about that crazy combat nonsense there. That's another blocker. That's another Hazoret. Block. We'll just wait till they run out of creatures. Block. Yes, it's indestructible. You're not dealing with it. Block. Work our way to getting 3 damage in, and then discarding to knock them down. So do they have X-Vowel based removal? Bloodthirsty Aerialist is another chump blocker, and that's a lot of chump blockers. What do I do with this? If any player chooses a non-legendary creature card in your graveyard, return it to the battlefield. I choose which one you bring back? Knight of the Ebon Legion then. That's fine. Never mind, that's not as fine. Okay. They trade 2, go up 1. Send everything. Furyblade Vampire will have to be a replacement. Just doing a dance with them right now anyway. Okay. They have to keep this up. They have to be able to do this every turn. And Hazoret is just going to be the consistent thing, at least. Odious Witch will be draining every single turn. And also, if they don't gain life this turn, we just simply discard to Hazoret and win. Okay. That's all that's needed. Alright, it's not attacking or nothing like that. You know what? Just have your Aerialist. There's no lifelink involved in the picture. It's not complicated. And take 2. Okay, we're in on the play, and I would say that we probably should make our mana work here. That technically counts, yes. Okay, what goes back? Probably one of these Rootwallas. First, we have the Heir, then we have the Temper. Yeah, this works. Alright, save the Rootwalla for the costs. Okay, our opponent on white mana. Our opponent on Disgusting Vile Vermin, that is life gain. Okay, so we have the Heir. Our opponent's follow-up is nothing. Okay. Headliner. We're choked on red, big time. So we have to consider it for that. Our opponent doing nothing is pretty sus, of course, but you know what? Whatever. Send in the Headliner. Leave the Heir as that constant, I can do something with this at all times. I know that I have cards that I would rather not discard in hand, but let's make it look like the threat is more important here. There's a Heliod. Yep. That's not helpful at all to them. Okay, Fiery Temper. Blow up the speaker. Our draw is... Oh, no, thank goodness. Rootwalla. Hit him for 6. We'll see how much cute little synergies they can get here. And Furyblade Vampire, and we'll just put it out there. Skyclave Apparition taking out what? It all sucks for you, opponent. I'm taking out the thing that makes me discard, the biggest thing on the table. They're not even looking at Heir to the Night. Taking out the enabler. Okay. And a Radiant Fountain, which we can fight with. And we're going to. Coming on in. Make a decision. I will take that one. They'll chicken out. Ha! White always chickens out. Oh no, all my permanents must stay on the table for synergies. Sure. I'll just attack in the air if that's the case. I can also use the Dismissive Pyromancer to just nuke something. I can do that on a whim. So I can wait until they tap down or tap low or something like that. Send it in. 3 in the air. Yeah, I could have surprise youths. Surprise children! No? Just like my ex. I mean, anyway. Selfless Savior, so they're going a little bit thick on that. That Heliod's going nowhere, though. Okay. What? I can sacrifice Pyromancer. So they get no lifelink in this picture. The idea being that they are unable to gain life from this point. Okay, we're on the play, and we have Pyromancer is our first payoff. Okay, I guess. Sure. We'll try to work with it. Yeah, we'll try and work with it. Let's have some faith that it'll go. We might draw another piece anyway. Our opponent on... there's the other piece I'm looking for there. Pyromancer is a hair sluggish, and this thing versus blue is pretty good, especially if their sky's in any sense. Okay, so how's the pressure on our mana here? Oh, it's blue-black Maze Mine Tome, so they're very heavy in the control territory here. Okay. How do I plan that? Let's get a Rootwalla end step. Okay. Guess I'll get Pyromancer down. I don't know if there was the right any right way of doing the mana there. Probably should have just done the red so I could pump Rootwalla. Our opponent, I'm just going to assume hardline control, maybe a combo. There's still no bearing here. I still got nothing. I don't know what to call for here. Okay, so we're going to get some free cards off of Pyromancer and not invest anymore while our opponent is kind of doing the thing that they're doing. So I guess we'll start pushing to Kitchen Imp. Ragged Recluse we can always nail later. Okay, well it's going to be Ragged Recluse beatdown. Send in the extra damage. Third 8. all blue mana, 1 black source, whatever this thing is. Okay, it's a card. How do we beat you? Let's see. They block the biggest thing on the table at 3. Okay. And we, well, effectively 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we get 7 in. If we were to just go balls out right now. I'm willing to look for something different here. Okay. Not exactly the greatest hand of all time, but, you know, whatever. We're kind of trying to improve our scenario here. Dismissive Pyromancer is kind of holding steady. I can't overextend. I just can't justify it. They find a second black and suddenly our entire everything is gone. Right now we're okay because they're stuck on this, but yeah. Shark Typhoon, tapped out. They are tapped out. I believe we have them. Minus that. I need a haster right about now. Okay, I play that. Just straight up play it for 4 mana. That's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage if they block. No, because I can't. Bugger. I could send everything I got right now. Minus the, yeah, I can send everything and then draw discard with Pyromancer. Don't have the mana to do the rest of the damage. I can get the Ragged Recluse down if they're going to do any other shenanigans with sharks. So I can hope for that. So if I'm going to send in some damage, let's send in some freaking damage. It's 3 damage. We get 6 damage on to them. Try to stay a bit wide here. Alright. It's really... Gah! I was hoping that they'd never find it. Cling to dust. Makes a shark. Okay. This is gonna vomit whatever spells they have. It appears so. Where did they gain the 3 life? Oh, the cling to dust, right. That actually makes things a little more complicated. Heartless Act, the Odious Witch. That was kind of part of my plan there, was trying to make that work. Anyways, we have none of our 3/3s. We need, like, Hazoret to show up, like, sometime this month. To kind of keep the pressure going. Okay. Well, we'll take advantage of the land. Discard Rootwalla for now. we draw into Incorrigible Youths, which is not helping us quite yet. If we send in an attack, they block the 2/2/2/2 chump blocks, the Rootwallas on the other ones. I forced that, and then we're kind of not getting any further right now. All they have is Cling to Dust. That they, what's its escape cost? 5 other cards, so they could potentially get that. We're running out of time. I think that we gotta just say, do they have the board wipe? Let's make them have it. I think at this point in time, we're no longer playing around things. We don't have the luxury. That's all I got. Crawling Barrens is an extra body. Cling doesn't do anything. They are in limbo. We got through it. Imrith will draw them cards if they ever realize it. I'm not going to hover over it. Okay. I don't want to kind of clue them in to that, of course. Okay, another red source. This is good. This is good. We need the red sources because we need to pump every Rootwalla at all times. So we have them at 7 with the Odious Witches on attack. We have Incorrigible Youths just coming on in. Let's start there. I would like to use some of the black mana here because the game wants to load me down. Yeah, I want to do all of this. Thank you. Leave the okay, sure. Let's send in this attack. I don't know if it's good, but I'm getting bored, so let's get it done. Let's get it done. So yep, they block there. Yeah, they're going to have to block the highest numbers. Or the most, whatever. Sure. Okay, Pumper Rootwalla. Looks like they did a poor block, but hey, maths for them, not us. Alright, we're in. We're on the play versus Camilo Morel Contreras. God damn, that name's sexy. Yeah, we'll keep this. And yeah, I guess we're going to probably end up headlinering. Is there a better way of going about that? Because it does screw with our curve. I'd say let's go with Dismissive. Because we can do Dismissive and then we can choose not to discard and then still have Headliner. It just wouldn't screw with the curve nearly as much. Trolsara, so ew, disgusting. I can just nuke it from orbit right now. Let's go with Furyblade. Let's get on... No, because... No, game, no. We're discarding a Kitchen Imp here. Trolsara, I have an opportunity to kill eventually with Pyromancer. Probably should have sent in Pyromancer, honestly. We have Furyblade now. Heliod. Yeah. So, if we were to cause a discard right now, how about we just don't cause a discard and kill Trolsara? At a convenient opportunity. Okay. Fine. This is a tough fucking game. I really don't like lifelink currently, especially when current iteration of life gain is so insanely good. I'm here with my freaking brew, and you're here. No, whatever. Ugh. Yep. Allow them to do the triggers. Scurry Oak. Okay. You can go right to hell, buddy. Alright, well, let's end that problem right away. So, trigger. Our opponent forgot how to play their deck. I'll wait. I can cut this. You're go that! Jerk. Okay, we're in. On the draw, we have Falkenrath, Headliner. We have 2 enablers, 2 payoffs. That's pretty solid. Yeah, keep. Not a big fan of that plains over there. Do something cool with that plains, opponent. Don't be a plain deck. Okay. I guess Headliner swinging on in. If our opponent's going to do nothing, Headliner swinging on in. You can kill it right away. I get it to avoid echo costs, opponent. Okay. Opponent doing nothing. I'm just going to echo away a Kitchen Imp since it's another body on the table and it allows me to preserve my fiery temper. Our opponent is holding priority for a good length of time here. I don't know what they're doing, but I mean, they haven't played a single card, not one. So I'm kind of worried about advancing the board here. Wow, I enabled their D-Spark? Okay. Now I'll add to the board, since they use single target removal. Okay. So they're just going to be kill everything. Yeah, just one of these miserable piles where they intend the game to last an hour, and it's a good question on whether or not I'm going to stick around. Let's hit him for 7. Pyromancer is the last enabler that we have, since we currently have no enablers. History of Vanali, that's fine. We can just plow right through that. Our opponent, still with the removal in hand, Furyblade gives us a Kitchen Imp. I'm in. Combat. They don't have an effect. Alright, well, let's plow in for 9. Cool! I have a fiery temper. Good luck. I need a mountain or the ability to get to the next combat. It's kind of where we're at right now. Kaya's Ghost Form. You can have it. You can enjoy that Night of Grace. No, no, no. I insist. You can even get some combat in there. You feel real good about yourself. Alright, well, that's pretty good. Combat. So we have multiple sources of things here. Of lethal damage. We have 3 of them, effectively. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we are on the play. We have... How do I want to play this one? I might want Heir of Falkenrath after. So, like, open Headliner. Discard Rootwalla to Headliner. Play Falkenrath. And then that gives us the time to be able to nail the extra mana here for youths. It could work either way. Just timing. Let's see how the game goes, of course. That's probably the most important thing. Let's just see how the game goes and then go from there. The World Tree. Oh, yeah, they're so dead. They're so dead. Okay, so. It's a Headliner, Rootwalla. How about we Heir of Falkenrath into Rootwalla? Then we headliner the Echo for the Incorrigible Youths. Yeah, we'll do it this way. We'll do the reverse here. Our opponent doing nothing. No effects. They're going to have a Cultivate next turn. We're going to have Lethal. So, so there is kind of that thing going on. Yeah, that all works. Send. I didn't pump. I'm an idiot. Okay, we're in on the play. We have barely red mana. We have no payoffs except for Ragged Recluse. Now, heads up on that. I think that we may want to open... Well, we'll see. We have a draw step to decide that first. This is pretty much decided into red, despite or aside on us just drawing a mountain. Okay. So red. We're in a spot where we're going to guaranteed have to do something. So Pyromancer, they're playing Temple of Mystery. I'm tempted to hit them harder. That's my thought there. If we're discarding probably like Pyromancer, not intending this game to go long, and then open up to Ragged Recluse. Something like that. And then Headliner closing the end of it all. Our opponent on Growth Spiral. This deck is actually making me think. Temple of Milady from our opponent. So Soul Tie. We could see some board wipes pretty hefty fast. Okay. So yeah, we are definitely doing a discard here, and it's probably Pyromancer. Again, don't want the game to go long. It's just more power consolidated in a short amount here. Considering we use Rakdos Headliners as anything we add to the board, as their Echo will just kind of be shaken off if they board wipe. Our opponent's still on Growth Spiral. And a Fable Passage, sure. No real plays from them yet to say anything other than their ramp. It could be an ultimatum, but nothing really decided in the middle. Wow, they really nailed all that stuff. Oh, they hit their wall. They hit a wall. Okay, yeah, let's hit them for 10. And then that has a follow-up of another 3, putting them to 4. Should should they board wipe this, we have another 3, putting them to 4, keeping them very busy. Additionally, we can Heir of Falkenrath instead and get up in the air. Questing Beast is not important to us. It's doing something. I couldn't see behind all the clouds of crap. Okay, so we discard Furyblade Vampire or Heir of Falkenrath. Probably Furyblade because it's on the ground. And then we are swinging for lethal. Okay, because Headliner. Sure. So they're dead, barring a fatal push, which, you know, something tells me they don't have it. They were dead already, apparently. But, I mean, this covers fatal push as well. I keep forgetting Odious Witch has a little 1-point drain on it. Okay, we're in on the play. We have a Headliner with their choice of everything. We're up against Morpheus, which I highly doubt. Alright, our opponent took a moment, but now they're here. Okay. Opening up Fable Passage. Okay. Not telling us much, of course, just a ballpark. Obviously, our play is generally the same every time, barring our top deck being a different enabler. Island, that means Rakdos Headliner is probably the most likely to get in there. Island says push harder. Second color has not been revealed, but they are playing Fabled Passage, so it's entirely likely. And green is what the second revealed color is. Okay, sure. Rakdos Headliner is bounced. That's kind of fine by me. I really don't care. Alright, well, we'll play Blood Crypt and smack him again. Now we have Incorrigible Youths coming off of this thing, which can't be blocked by Brazen Borrower. They could have, well, it depends on when they wanted to run that echo cost. Okay, that's a concern. Now we can hit them as hard as we can, or we can deal with the Risen Reef. Yellow. I'm tired of having Risen Reef holding me hostage every game. Let's just wreck them. They're at 7. Keep in mind, we do have burn spells in hand. Yeah, so Brazen Borrower would have been a little bit better on the Youths after I discarded them. In which case, they would have been trapped in hand. Healer of the Glade is messing with me, alright. Probably nail that Risen Reef real soon, though. If this goes any slower like that. If they do stuff like Healer of the Glade, I definitely need to... okay, sure. This feels like a Yorian list already. They're getting in with the Risen Reef. Okay, we have no discards currently. We have Dismissive Pyromancer, or we can just burn them out. Let's do the damage and see where they're at. Let's just do combat, see what happens here. Because I'm thinking that we may end up hitting them with a Fiery Temper for lethal. Zero respect, and you got punished. So now we're getting down to the deck tech. I sorted everything into enablers and payoffs because the curve of the deck is obviously not exactly accurate, as everything has 2 mana costs. Like in the curve, Incorrigible Youths is 5, but it's a madness of 3. But we may be paying 4 when we're bringing it out with Pyromancer's activated ability of 1. So everything's all over the place. The curve really doesn't matter. You can have this thing giving you the middle finger or whatever. I guess it's the index finger in this case. But anyway, it's pointing somewhere. I don't know where. Okay, so let's work down the enablers. So say, how's this going to happen? So Heir of Falkenrath being a one-time discard, turning into a 3/2 evasive flyer. This deck is about bodies, so you'll notice that trend. Very big bodies, and trying to get them there, and hitting probably as hard as Gruul does, but maybe a little more evasive than them. Anyway, Dismissive Pyromancer would be the exception to that rule, where it's kind of our long game. So we get a engine of discard draw, but we also have a one-time removal where you get to sacrifice the Pyromancer for 4 damage to a creature, which is good for removing targets that we really, really need to get rid of at some time. Other than that, it's a 2/2, so we can swing in when we got nothing going on. Furyblade Vampire, another enabler, gets +3/+0 at the beginning of combat. This is before the attackers are declared, so you can bring out hasty boys beforehand and send them in for combat as well. So big heavy hits here. Rakdos Headliner, another big heavy hitter, but also during your upkeep, when you untap, you can end up getting an extra discard for whatever you need to start the turn with. So whatever it may be. And then Hazoret at the top end, I'm considering making it 3, but I don't know where to go with that yet. So I'm just going to kind of observe and just keep going. But yeah, a 3rd Hazoret would feel pretty good in this deck. Anyways, indestructible, so it's just that force. You know, if there's one constant in this universe, well, there's a couple. There's death taxes and Hazoret's attacking for 5. So yeah. So Hazoret's sending in, and yeah, it has to have our hand really low, but we also have a discard enabler on it for damage. It's just kind of a synergy more than anything. Our hand is going to be low anyway, so Hazoret's just welcome. So that's really where it is on that one. Payoffs. So I guess we already highlighted the Incorrigible Youths. 4/3 Madness for 3. This one's not easy to do. Like, you can't necessarily do a turn 3 unless you've got an Heir of Falkenrath or a Furyblade Vampire that you placed on 2. Because Headliner does it during your upkeep, so you can't get that third land in. So it's not always a turn 3, but when it is, it's pretty hefty. Kitchen Imp is a lot easier to madness out on those early turns, so you can do it off a Headliner, for example, on turn 2 quite well. Anyway, and 2/2 flyer, more evasion. This one's not evasive, but quite large at its price. Fiery Temper after that is just a bolt for its madness cost, so we can send that around as we need. Obviously, you know, we can do this usually whenever we want. Ragged Recluse is not so much a madness, but more a payoff for performing madness. So if we discarded a card, we get to transform it into Odious Witch, which is 3/3 that also drains for 1, so solid damage there. Blazing Rootwalla is a free madness, and it also has a fire breathing activation for +2/+0 for 1 activation. And that makes it a pretty solid 3/1 in a number of scenarios. So lots of power and toughness in this deck. Mana is just mana lands. I wish we had fast lands, but, you know, c'est la vie. They'll never print them into Pioneer or Historic, it seems. So with that, that's the deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed. It's really solid clock with this deck. If you want to do aggro and you want to have it be consistent, you want to do something fun, this is definitely one of those things that can definitely push your opponent to some uncomfortable blocks quite quickly. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and take care. Bye-bye.